Episode 4 of The Studio is here. Let's just get right into it. Episode 4 deals with Matt trying to relocate a missing film reel from Olivia Wilde's latest film project that contains a major pivotal action sequence and her stellar cameo that Matt suggested be in the film. This is your spoiler warning. Spoilers are coming, so if you haven't watched episode 4 yet, like and come back later. I think this episode is so fun because first and foremost, it's parodying film noir and adopts the structure of those like detective noir films. They're on the case of this missing reel, so they're really leaning into that format. You know, they bring in the narration, the ambient smoke, the neon lighting, but the way they do it is such a subversion of the typical trope. I love the way they're playing with those tropes in this episode. Like I said in my last video on the studio, it's very loving, but also has this big old wink to the camera. I think if you love like movies like Chinatown, you're really gonna enjoy this. It really wears the influences proudly on its sleeve. I think it's so smart in that way. Olivia Wilde really impressed me here in her cameo. I think she was a very good sport and really leaned into the joke of it all, really leaned into this heightened persona they wrote for her that is parodying, you know, the Olivia Wilde of it all from the headlines. I think all of the cameos in this show are like very game when it comes to the performance, and this is no different. She's very game, very eager, very in on the joke, and very willing to just do the thing. And I like that. There's not an ego about this appearance. Zac Efron is a lot of fun here too. I love when he gets good material because I think he's genuinely very talented. I think his presence is very interesting, and it continues to emphasize Matt's internal dilemma. We find out that Matt didn't approve a rap party to save money, much to the dismay of the cast, especially Zac Efron. So Zac takes it on himself to throw his own. His mysterious behavior leads to Matt and Sal thinking maybe he stole the reel, but such is not the case. He's just throwing a party. Matt really wants to be liked by these people, but he is struggling to realize he's not their friend. He is just money to them. He is just approving them to make the thing they want to make, but also he's getting in the way. Furthermore, though, once other people are discovering that the reel is missing, it is up to him to fix it and resolve it, and they do depend on him. It's fun. The episode culminates in a kooky climax, and I did figure out where it was going pretty early, but it pays off in dividends. It's gorgeously shot. I've mentioned the cinematography last week, but this cinematography is great. I never thought like a comedic pratfall down a giant hill would look so stunning. I also think the idea of Olivia taking it herself for insurance purposes and trying to get it redone just beautifully emphasizes the hoops artists feel like they need to jump through in order to get stuff done and sidestep the business BS. She didn't have the time in the schedule to do this sequence the way she really wanted it to, so she sidestepped and took matters in her own hands to get the reshoot she wanted. I think that's really fun, really funny, very interesting. Also highlighting the score, I think the score for the show is already very jazzy, but like I think they really lean into that noir stuff. And this episode in particular, especially during that final confrontation on the hill, like really does a great job at using the score to enhance like the physicality of the performances. It's all timed beautifully and perfectly. I was laughing to myself. I turned into that meme of the duck like smoking and just chuckling. I thought it was brilliant. Thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure you come back next week when we talk about episode 5. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the things you're supposed to do with a YouTube video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!